Sis, I'm leaving home tonight. I've decided to get married. Huh? Wait a minute, Samantha. What are you suddenly saying? What do you mean? I decided to get married because I want to be with him. I know you wouldn't understand, but it is happening. Samantha, don't think so easily. You've only been dating him for 2 weeks. You don't know him well yet. Mom and Dad are worried about you. That worry is unnecessary. He's a sweet guy. He'll take good care of me. You've never even seen him before, have you? That's not why I'm saying. It takes time to get to know each other. Go out and get to know him more before you make an important decision. I've already made up my mind. I'm going to be happy with him. I don't care what my family says. Samantha, I beg you, don't be hasty. Marriage is a major life decision. I'm fed up with this, you know that? You don't believe in me and you don't support me. That's why I decided to leave. Once you get married, there's no turning back, you know? There's no way I'm going back. I'm starting a new life with him. No one can stop me. Samantha, please, just take a deep breath for a sec. Are you sure you want to do this? I don't want to hear that kind of nonsense. I'm going to live my life. You don't know me one bit. You didn't have to decide so fast. What's so attractive about him? He's a man with a dream, and I want to pursue that dream with him. You can't live on dreams alone. You have to be realistic. Marriage can't be just about dreams, okay? I don't care what you say. I just want to be with him. Are you sure that's what you want? You won't regret it? How can I regret it? I'm getting married with a man who I'm in love with. Well then, see ya. Hey, how are you doing? It's been a while. What? This is your sister, Samantha. I wonder if you're still single and working hard. What is it with you all of a sudden? Don't you think you're being a little rude? Are you and your husband getting along? He only drops me a text once in a while. He says all you want to do is complain about him and his mother. And you haven't come home for 2 years since Dad's funeral. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking of going home this weekend. Even though you didn't come back no matter how many times I told you, what on earth do you want? I didn't go home because it was such a hassle to go home. Such a hassle? I see. So, what? What made you decide to come home this time? Oh, I'm not just coming home. Huh? I'm going to live there from now on. What do you mean? Well, I divorced my husband. What? Divorced? What happened in the last 2 years? After 2 years, it's no surprise that many things have happened, right? Yes, but... So you're saying you're leaving your husband? Hey, don't talk like that. But that's the way it is. Samantha, what the hell did you do? What? Are you assuming that I did something wrong? You're always doing something wrong. I can only assume that you had a problem. If anything happens, you always assume it's me who did something wrong, and I'm sick of it. Oh, really? So this time it's different? It's... What? My husband found out I had a boyfriend, and we got divorced. What? No wonder you got divorced. How long are you going to live your self-centered life? It's over now, so why don't you just let it go? Anyway, I'm going to ask you something important. What did you do about the alimony? Huh? Of course he charged you, didn't he? Because of your affair. Oh, I was told that alimony would be paid with division of property. So it's not like you owe him a debt? Why are you asking me that? Because I don't want you to come back with a lot of debt. You'll definitely come crying to me for help paying off the debt, won't you? I'm definitely not going to help you with the money. Don't worry. I'm not going to ask you for money. I won't do that. Anyway, are you sure you don't owe him any money? Yes, I'm sure. Don't expect me to help you out if you lied to me about this. Okay. Okay, have you talked to Mom yet? Not yet. Well, you better tell her the truth before you come back here. Also, there's no room for you when you get back. What? What do you mean there's no room for me? I have a room, but it's full of stuff. And the other rooms are full of stuff as well. Most of it is stuff you left here when you got married. So, I have to clean my stuff up. Fine. Also, my husband lives here too. Oh, does he? Please don't do anything to bother my husband. Okay. Hey, I have a question. What is it? I don't know your husband very well. What does he do? Samantha, did you not listen to me again? How many times have I told you? Did you tell me about him? I can't really remember. My husband is a web designer. Before we got married, he studied design all over the world. He's unique and has great designing skills. He's freelance now, so he works from home. Oh, I knew it. Huh? He is just playing all day. What are you talking about? Pretending to work and playing computer games, right? No, he's not. My husband is working diligently. Well, anyway, I want to ask you guys to leave the house. What are you talking about all of a sudden? Actually, I'm about to get married to my boyfriend. Boyfriend? You mean the one you cheated on your ex-husband? I thought you broke up with him. Of course not. It doesn't matter. We're both single now. So you guys are getting married and you want us to leave? What does you getting married got to do with us? He said he can't go back to his parents' house anymore. So he decided to stay with us when we get married. I don't understand. It's pretty simple. If you leave, everything will be fine. No, in that case, why don't you leave? Why? Mom and I don't have good feelings about you cheating and getting divorced. And we don't really want to live with someone who would cheat on their partner, you know? What are you talking about? He's a very nice guy. I've heard that before. Then what's the problem? You can get married if you want, but living together is another matter, and I don't want to get involved in it. And since you've been back here for 2 months, you don't seem to be working, just hanging around at home. And when you do go out sometimes, you just beg Mom for pocket money and play. It's not good for Mom to give you allowance because of your persistence, but it's not good for you either. But if you want to continue to live your life with Mom's money, who lives on a pension, then you need to leave. Are you talking about me? Of course I am. It's the same for you and your husband too, isn't it? Huh? You guys started living in this house right after Dad's funeral. That means you were counting on Dad's inheritance and Mom's pension. You guys are living comfortably. Huh? What are you talking about? For the past 2 years, you have been enjoying yourself and having a good time. So now it's my turn. Are you out of your mind? We started living together because we were worried about Mom being left alone. We even cover our own living expenses. Besides, Dad was just an ordinary business person. Do you think he had a huge fortune to live on? You took advantage of the fact that I was away from home and didn't know what was going on. I'm sure Mom and you took my share of the inheritance as well. We went through the proper legal process with a lawyer for the inheritance, so there's absolutely no way that could be true. That's an absolute lie. Don't mock me. I know that much. The fact that you're living happily right now is clear proof of that. I can't talk to you like this. We're making a good living out of our income. Anyway, my boyfriend and I are going to live there, and you are going to move out. I'm sure you'll only be able to move into a shitty house anyway. But you've had a good time so far, so you can't really blame us. My boyfriend and I have taken over the house, so get out. We don't need someone like you in the house. Oh my goodness. Samantha, we've decided to leave, just like you wanted. That's great, sister. You're a fast learner. That's a big help. Your boyfriend is coming here on the same date as planned, right? That's right. We're going on our honeymoon for 5 days from the day he arrives, so I hope you're gone by then. Okay, I'm leaving home now. Great! I'll be enjoying the resort with my boyfriend, now husband. The hotel spa is awesome. Sounds like fun. Okay, bye. We're leaving now. Don't come back. From now on, my husband and I are going to live happily on Dad's inheritance. Sis? What the hell is this? Answer me. What is it? I can't get into the house. And there's a sign on the front door that says, "Tenants wanted." It's you, isn't it? What's going on? Oh, about that? That house will be a rental from now on. What? A rental? Why? Because we're moving out and they're looking for new tenants. I don't know what you're talking about. When I was in elementary school, Dad said he bought the house. This house is our house, right? Well, it's a little different. It wasn't Dad who bought it. It was Grandpa, Mom's father, who bought the house. Huh? Grandpa? What do you mean? You know, Grandpa is a real estate agent. He bought this house as a wedding gift for Mom and Dad. What? That's the first I've heard of that. At first, there was talk of putting it in Dad's name. But then the company he works for went bankrupt, and he just changed jobs, so he was worried about the income. In the end, they didn't change the name of the house. So the house was and still is in Grandpa's name. Really? No way! Besides, our uncle is supposed to inherit the house eventually. What? I didn't hear that. Wait a minute. If he does that, me, my husband, and Mom won't have a place to live. What are you talking about? Mom moved out with us. Huh? Mom moved with us to a new place. You didn't know that? Are you still trying to enjoy using Dad's inheritance? That's not fair. We're living off the money we earn from our jobs. Your husband just plays with his computer. You know, he does design on the computer and that's his job. I'm sure he's not making much money because he's just doing it as part of his hobby. Is $20,000 a month not enough? $20,000? Stop lying, sis. It's the sum of my income and my husband's income. It varies from month to month, but on average, it's about that much. What does that mean? You and your husband make that much money? I can't believe it. You don't have to believe it, but it's true. We're going to live in a new, spacious, and beautiful house, so don't worry about us. Wait a minute. We'll have no place to live. What are we going to do? That's for you to think about, isn't it? We've already moved out and Mom is with us, so don't worry. That's so irresponsible. You are really sneaky. We are not cheating in any way. We're working and living on our own. Don't depend on other people's money like that. What on earth are you talking about? I'm your family, so I can depend on you a little bit, can't I? That's enough, Samantha. You have to get by on your own without us. You're an adult now. I'm an adult, and I'm going to make it work with him. But we can't start without a place to live. Then you have to find a new place for yourselves. Don't even think about relying on us. It's not like your family's going to take care of everything. But we just got back from our honeymoon. We haven't prepared anything yet. If you just got back from your honeymoon, you're on your own even more. It's your responsibility to start a new life. Don't be so irresponsible. What are we supposed to do when you're gone? I think you have to think and act on your own. That's what we've been doing too. You're really irresponsible, you know that? I'm not going to talk about this anymore. Wait a minute. Sis, help me. We're really at our limit. Please listen to me. What is it now? We can't find a place to live. He can't find a job, and I can only do short-term work. We can't afford the rent, and I don't know what to do. You guys got married without a job? Because I thought I had the house and an inheritance, so I thought money would be no problem. I can't believe it. That's your problem now, isn't it? You'll have to solve it yourselves. I know, but we don't have any money and there's nothing we can do. Please, sis, can you at least lend me some money? Why should I help you? We were kicked out of our house by you, remember? We can't just give you money. So why don't you just let us stay in your house for a little while? He and I will both find jobs soon. Just until then. It's not that easy. Our house is limited, and if we allow such a thing to happen, it will happen again. But he's getting more and more impatient, and if we don't do something, we'll both end up on the street. That's your fault, isn't it? You guys have to do something about it on your own. If you're going to be lost, then be lost. Don't be so cold. We only have you to rely on. Sis, I promise I won't bother you, please. No. Oh my. If we get involved in your problems, it won't end well. So you'll have to take care of it yourselves. I don't know what to do. I don't care. You're gonna have to face reality and face it yourself. I can't. He's already given up. What are we going to do? I don't know. You'll have to take care of yourselves. From now on, I'll do whatever you say, sister. I'll do whatever you say. So please. Don't be so naive. Mom and I left home with the intention of getting rid of you. So please don't ever ask me for help again, okay? I'll block you guys after this text. No way, sis? Well, good luck with him. Sis, don't abandon me. After that, his income remained unstable and life was tough for both of them. Samantha continued to work part-time, but it was far from enough to support themselves. He was not able to keep his job either, and they were both mentally devastated. After a while, he began to have affairs, and he left Samantha and moved out. She was left with nothing but debt, and she now spends her days working part-time just to pay it back. I know it sounds harsh, but this is the reality. I hope she can at least pay off her debts. We are living a peaceful life in our new home. My husband and I are balancing work and personal life. My mother is enjoying her new hobbies and fulfilling her life.
Marie, I need to talk to you about something.
What's up?
It's just, I'm in trouble.
What's going on?
Mom wants me to move in with us.
What?
We have a 3-bedroom apartment, so she says she can use one of the bedrooms.
It's not about the room.
I know. Mom herself is the problem. After all, she has all that nasty personality. Anyway, I told her I'd talk to you about it.
But you said she's been lonely since you lost your father 2 years ago.
Yes, that's what she said too. That she's always alone. Birthdays, Christmas, New Year's. She's always lonely.
We do visited her for those events though, didn't we?
She doesn't seem to have that in mind. She just insists that she's so lonely.
Well, I don't doubt that. I think I leave the decision to you since I know that you'll do your best to support me when I'm in trouble.
Really?
Yeah, but on the condition that you will support me.
I understand. Then I'll talk to Mom that you also agree for her to live with us.
I'm not sure, but I'll try to make every day enjoyable.
Okay, thanks.
Marie, what's for dinner tonight? I made mac and cheese in the morning. It will be ready as soon as I get home. What? What is it?
I'm in the mood for another food today. I want to eat fish pie instead.
But I've already made it. I don't have any ingredients, so I'll go shopping tomorrow. I'll be home soon today, so please bear with the mac and cheese.
Hey, I said I want to eat fish pie, so why should I put up with mac and cheese?
I beg your pardon? I don't have any other ingredients, so I need to go shopping tomorrow.
Why don't you just go shopping now?
It's almost 5 o'clock. If I go shopping and cook now, dinner will be late.
You should make an effort to do it earlier.
What?
If I say I want to eat something, it's absolute. It's your job as my son's wife to make it happen somehow. If you can't even understand that, you're really a bad wife. Can't you do something to solve this matter?
You are like a princess. By the way, even a princess eats what she's served.
Stop blabbering nonsense. Go shopping immediately and make my fish pie.
Okay, I'll be home a little late. Ted, I'm shopping for dinner now. Seems like your mother is getting more and more selfish.
What happened?
I was out of town on an errand today, so I went out in the morning to prepare mac and cheese. Then, when I got back to my house, I got a text from your mother. She said she wants to eat fish pie, so I must make it now. So I'm shopping for ingredients right now.
I can't believe she said that. I keep telling her, but she won't listen. I told her not to bother you. I really have no idea why she ended up ordering you to make other dish.
Maybe she's angry about that too.
Huh?
That you are taking my side.
I've talked to Mom about how I'm putting you as my first priority. That was the condition to have her living with us.
I know, but I'm sure your mother isn't convinced. I think that's why she's being so harsh with me.
I'm sorry for making you feel bad. I'll try to solve this problem.
No, you don't need to apologize for that. I'm just letting you know about what's happening. I'm sorry I made you worry.
No worries. I'll talk to Mom again.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Marie, you're at the bank now, right? I need you to get me $500.
$500? What on earth are you going to use it for?
A designer's fall and winter collection of clothing that I've been wanting for a long time is coming out. I'm going to take the plunge and pre-order it.
Huh? Uriel, you don't have any particular reason to go out, do you? I think you don't have to buy such expensive clothes.
Does that mean you're telling me not to dress up? Are you saying that I should give up being a woman?
No, I'm not saying that. We can't afford something so extravagant like that. So please, at least buy something else affordable to wear.
Well, you're living on my son's income too. How can you say such a thing?
I'm not extravagant in any way. I spend the money Ted earns from his work with care.
You don't work yourself, but you expect me to put up with it?
Huh?
What a horrible wife you are. You don't even think of buying your mother-in-law anything she likes to make her happy?
I have feelings for you, but I'd have to talk to Ted first about buying something that expensive.
I can't believe you don't even have that much saved up. Don't you think you're disqualified as a wife?
That's a terrible thing to say. You don't have to say that much.
I've had enough. It was stupid of me to ask you.
Please listen, Uriel.
Hey, Marie, I heard you're on vacation. Seems like you're so carefree. You don't even have a job and you're going for a vacation? Who the hell do you think you are?
Uriel, this trip is planned by my sisters to celebrate my parents' 60th birthday. My sister and I have been discussing and accumulating money for the trip since before I got married. I haven't touched any of Ted's money.
But that doesn't mean you're allowed to leave your hardworking husband. That's insane. What kind of nerve do you have? Your parents don't have common sense too.
Ted was supposed to go together with me, but he suddenly had to work. He wanted to go, but he couldn't.
What? My son was supposed to go to?
Yes, he said he wanted to celebrate with my parents.
So, you're saying I was the only one who wasn't invited? Why wasn't I invited?
I talked it over with my sister, and we decided to limit it to us sisters and our spouses since it was our parents' 60th birthday.
That's because you're incompetent.
Huh?
You should have said that you can't leave your mother-in-law alone in the house. Or that you think your mother-in-law is a precious family since you got married to my son. You can also say that you'll take your mother-in-law with you. You have good reasons to take me with you.
I beg your pardon?
You're such a disgusting wife. I can't believe you left me behind. You're so useless.
That's not true. I didn't even invite my brother-in-law's parents.
That's how you always make me an object of avoidance, you know? Do you enjoy bullying me?
I've never bullied you.
Don't lie to me. And your parents aren't very nice either. Well, maybe it's because they work at the bottom of the pile picking up trash or something. Besides, I don't know if they're celebrating their 60th birthday or not. It's embarrassing that their daughters are paying for their trip.
Please don't speak ill of my parents. It's not like my parents asked us to do this. It's something me and my sister wanted to do and planned.
My son got married to a poor wife. That's why we're in this mess.
What did you say?
You wouldn't even take me on a trip with your family. Isn't that too much?
Please stop calling my family poor people. For your informations, my parents are not poor. Did you have any financial trouble after I got married to your son?
How dare you? You let Ted work while you're having fun? You don't have kids yet, so you should be working too. Why don't you at least give me an allowance? Besides, if you had worked, you could have paid for my travel expenses for this trip.
That's selfish. It's all for yourself, isn't it?
That's right. That's why I moved in with you, because I don't have to pay a penny.
Is that what your true intention is? We were living well on Ted's income until now. Besides, Ted wanted me to stay home.
That's because he cares about you. Ted has always been a kind, shy boy. Maybe he's afraid to tell you because he's afraid of you.
That's terrible. Anyway, you're living here together with us, but we don't receive any money for food, utilities, or rent, right?
Isn't that obvious? Children aren't supposed to take money from their parents. You really are a low-life woman. You are indeed your parents' daughter.
It's because you're so sarcastic and abusive like that. I decided not to take you on the trip.
Huh? What a wife.
I'm sorry. If we continue talking like this, it will spoil the fun of our trip.
Hey, I'm not finished talking yet. Marie! How are you, lazy wife? Still enjoying your trip?
What is it, Uriel?
We've had a big problem while you've been traveling.
What happened?
We've moved, so you have no place to go back to.
Moved out? What do you mean?
Ted suddenly told me to move out. He knew I was going through a hard time.
Ted did that? It's quite a sudden.
I don't know. He's been looking for a place to live for a while. He told me he had found the right place for me.
Really? I wonder why he did that.
Maybe he was fed up with you.
What?
You don't even work. You rely on his earnings and constantly bully me too.
Oh no.
It's an old apartment, but if Ted can live with me, that's more enough. I'm most happy to get away from a lousy wife like you.
No way.
I think Ted is thinking of divorcing you. That's why. He thought that while you were on a vacation, he could take a chance and rush into it. That's so nice of him.
Then what are you going to do with the apartment you're living in now?
I've moved out.
What? You took the house from me? You can't just do that. That's terrible. Where am I supposed to go back to?
Well, you can look for a place to live for a fresh start, or you can go back to your parents' house. You can do whatever you want. Well, in any case, I guess you should look for a job first.
Looking for a job?
That's right. You can't afford to pay rent if you don't have a job. It's embarrassing to be living at your parents' home for a woman at your age. You'd better find a job as soon as possible. I don't think this is a time for you to be taking vacations.
It's awful that you're moving out without permission while I'm gone. Why did you take someone's house without a second thought?
Anyway, I'm amazed Ted made up his mind to do this. He's kind of a shy boy, so he must have been really worried. I'm glad he was able to act quickly, even if it was just on the spur of the moment. That's my boy.
So, you two will live together from now on?
Yes, we will. Well, I've raised Ted all his life. I know what he likes. If he finds a good woman, I don't mind for him to get remarried. I hope he finds a good wife.
We're not getting a divorce.
You can see that happening when you get back from your trip. Anyway, I don't want to live with you. You always make accusations about me and I didn't like it.
Isn't you who always makes false accusations? I don't understand why you don't like me. I've done my best for you.
What you thought as your best wasn't good enough for me. Actually, you were making me feel uncomfortable. I feel sick just thinking about it.
Jeez.
So, as soon as you get back from your trip, I want you to proceed with a divorce. I won't forgive you if you're still messing around. See you. We moved in without a hitch. It's so nice to have a room without you. I'm so glad Ted made up his mind. I'm sure I'll be able to live a great retirement life now.
I see. So you finished the move? I'm glad to hear that. I hope you enjoy your life there.
You won't have a place to live anytime soon. I'm so sorry that you and Ted are getting divorced. Also that you have to look for a job and place to live. It's your fault that things turn out this way in the first place, though.
Why is it my fault?
It's because you don't listen to me. I can't admit that you're my son's wife. You'll have to live a life of downfall, but good luck with that.
No, I won't change a thing.
Huh? Stop being so stubborn. You're going to be a lonely woman again.
No, I'm not. It's you who are going to be lonely again.
What? Have you lost your mind? Poor thing.
You don't realize that you've been kicked out of the house?
Huh? I don't get it. What are you talking about?
You have been bad-mouthing me to Ted a lot, haven't you?
Well, that's because I was disgusted by your attitude, by your messed up language, and so on. I think Ted understood that.
Are you insane, Uriel? How do you think Ted would feel seeing his beloved wife being abused by his own mother every single day?
I think he felt sorry for me. He's such a sweet boy.
That's your own egotism. Ted didn't like it very much. Before you moved in together, you promised him to obey the condition, but you have failed.
What?
Ted pretended to go along with your story and decided to move out. He was the one who did it. By the way, did you have any of his belongings at the new place?
If you put it that way, it seems like it was all my stuff.
Does Ted have a key to your apartment?
No, I still have the spare. What?
You're the one who doesn't have a place to go.
Huh? Are you saying that my son deceived me?
That's right. He had no choice but to do that. I can't imagine how painful it must have been for him.
You're lying. Ted moved out to live with me, right?
I didn't know either, but Ted contacted me. He said that there's no way he and I will ever get divorced.
What? So I'm going to live alone in this old apartment?
Yes, you're right.
You've got to be kidding me. I thought Ted would divorce you and live with me. That's why I moved here. There's no way I can live on just my own pension. If that's the case, I'm going back to the apartment.
I refuse. There's no place for you to go back to anymore.
No way. In that case, I'll be nice to you. I won't be sarcastic anymore. I won't be mean to you.
It's already too late. You asked us to let you move in with us, but you didn't agree to any of the conditions. You did whatever you wanted and you also treated me like a housekeeper. I can't trust you anymore. Anyway, Ted said the same thing.
Ted would never say such a thing, would he? He's kind of the boy who loves his mother dearly, you know?
You're the one who didn't keep your promise to Ted, right? He was stunned at your attitude.
Fine, I'll talk to Ted directly. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
That goes for me too, but Ted said he won't be in contact with you anymore.
Huh? What do you mean?
He said he's had enough of seeing you bullying me.
That's a lie. I'm going back to the apartment now.
Oh, Ted is not at the apartment anymore.
What do you mean?
We've decided to move out too.
Huh?
That was also decided on short notice when you moved out. Actually, my father heard about it on our trip and arranged a new apartment for us. We decided to take the plunge and buy it.
Why did your father do that?
You treated my father like a bottom feeder, calling him a garbage picker. With all due respect, my father is the CEO of a cleaning company.
Huh? CEO?
Yes, indeed. He knows well about real estate agents, so I asked him if any of his fellows has a vacant property. And he said he had found one that was just right for us, so we decided to buy it. Ted was so happy to hear that he could own his own home. He said he's going to work harder from now on.
So, what about me?
Ted helped you find an apartment for that purpose. You will live alone and lonely there. From now on, you'll be on your own.
Huh? No kidding. I promised you that I would be nice to you from now on, didn't I? I won't be sarcastic or mean to you anymore. So I want to move in with both of you in that new apartment. Give me the address now.
I don't want to. I told you that I don't trust you anymore, didn't I? Since Ted and I both intended to cut ties with you, I don't think we'll ever see each other again.
You're lying, right?
Ted has already taken care of all our luggage, so I plan to return to our new home after the trip. I'm going to start living there right away.
Oh no, I'm all alone in this old apartment.
It can be hell. You deserve that after what you've done. I'm sure Ted warned you many times along the way, but you still didn't change your attitude. Please give up.
Marie, I'm sorry. I apologize, so please don't give up on me. I don't want to be alone anymore. Please.
It's too late, Uriel. The scars you left in my heart by bullying me will never go away. Well, then I'm going to block your number from now. Enjoy living alone in your apartment.
Marie, I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
After that, my mother-in-law had to live a lonely life by herself. However, since she had been living without paying a single penny of her own money, it was difficult for her to pay for apartment, heat, and food with only her own pension. She had no choice but to start working part-time job. Because of her age, she has had a hard time learning about the work, so she is getting a lot of criticism from the younger part-timers. She's been bullying people for a long time, so it would be good for her to experience the same feeling. As for me and Ted, we are enjoying our life as a married couple again in our new apartment. In fact, we recently found out that I'm pregnant, so we are looking forward to the birth of our new family member. I'm sorry that my mother-in-law won't be able to hold our grandchild, but I am happy enough that my parents have told me they will adopt my child with all might.
Hailey, are you working today? Hello. Yes, I'm on my lunch break. It's your decision to work, but are you making lunch for Oliver? I haven't been able to make him lunch because I've been so busy these days. What? You're prioritizing yourself too much. What? Oliver is the breadwinner of the family. Isn't it the wife's duty to take care of her husband so that he has no problem? Yes? Wives nowadays don't understand their roles at all. Oliver was disappointed too. He said you're a workaholic and don't give him any attention. He said that? Yes. He often complains about you. What? Oh, it's true. I haven't talked to him for a while. You're his wife. You have to be more aware of it. Isn't that why you can't have kids? Kids. I've always dreamed of holding Oliver's child. That's the only reason I allowed you to marry him, and yet it hasn't come true? That's something I can't control. If you can't do it, you need more effort. You mean? Probably it's because of you that you can't have kids. So why don't you go see the doctor? You want me to get fertility treatment? That kind of thing. I took a test before we got married, and they said I have no fertility issues. So you're saying it's Oliver's fault? I don't know about that, but I think that treatment needs to be worked on together. So could you please talk to him about it as well? I can't solve by myself. Wow! You blame him for not being able to have children? No, I'm not blaming him. I just thought that fertility treatment is meaningless unless we both work on it together. Look who's talking! It's your fault for not supporting him in the first place. What? You're disrespecting Oliver, huh? If you think I don't know anything, you're wrong. I think you have a problem on your attitude. Is that so? Of course it is. You say it like it's Oliver's fault. You're his wife. You should think about supporting him more. Oh. If you're like that, I'll never be able to hold my grandchildren. Think a little more about your duty as a wife. Understood. Hey, Hailey. Yes, Alexa? I got a call from Oliver again. What did he say? You don't have any idea? He said the house is not cleaned at all. What are you doing? I'm sorry. Actually, my mother is in the hospital. So? I go back and forth between the hospital and home on the weekends, so maybe it's not clean enough. What is that? What? What does your mother staying in the hospital have to do with Oliver? What do you mean? It means that you should take care of him even if your mom is in the hospital. I know, but I don't have much time. I thought I'm doing what I can. You leave used cups in the sink? Leave the laundry in a pile without folding? There are days like that, but when I come back from the hospital, I put everything away. It's not in a terrible state. You keep making excuses. If you can't take care of Oliver, then don't go to the hospital. What? What can you do at the hospital? Excuse me? I'm asking if you can heal your mother. I can't, but... See? Then there's no point in going to the hospital. That's true, but I just want to cheer up my mother who's struggling against illness. She's the only family I have. Even if I just go and talk to her, she'll get her energy back. So I have to go as often as I can. It's the doctor's job to make her feel better, not you. Hey. If you have time for that, then fulfill your duty as a wife. Your family is Oliver and your unborn child. Oh, and me too. I hope you're doing your job at night. When will I get to hold my grandchild? Alexa, I can't feel that way right now. I'm worried about my mother every day. Huh? You say your mother is more important than our heir? You can't compare them. Both are human lives. Ugh. So you're the reason why you guys can't have children. That's not true. Oliver's also very busy, so we haven't had much time to talk about our future. That's because you're spending a very busy life, huh? You have an elite worker like Oliver. Aren't you forcing yourself to keep working? And isn't that the reason you don't have much time? Why don't you quit your job for the sake of your child?
It's not just my fault.
Huh?
Oliver is always drinking out and coming home late.
That's because he's an elite worker.
He rarely eats dinner at home.
He's probably socializing at work, so it can't be helped.
On his days off, he goes out for golf and other activities.
That's part of the promotion, isn't it?
Besides
what?
No, nothing. Even if I quit my job or I don't go to my mother's hospital, it's hard for me to communicate with him.
You really do have a lot of excuses. It's because you're not trying hard enough.
That's
why Oliver complains a lot. I understand how he feels. Anyway, don't care about your mother. Think about Oliver more.
Wait, what do you mean my mother doesn't matter?
I told you, there's nothing you can do.
She's my precious mother, you know.
I'm your mother-in-law too.
She's been living alone since my father died. I'm very anxious about her being in the hospital.
Ugh, you're not a child anymore. Anyway, Hailey, all you have to think about is Oliver and the kid.
Alexa, that's too harsh. Please apologize.
Huh? Why should I apologize to you? Don't be silly.
I won't allow you to speak ill of my mother.
I didn't say anything bad about her. I'm just saying you can't heal her. Isn't that obvious? Anyway, you should think about having a baby. It's a wife's duty to give birth. Don't forget that.
Alexa, I have something to tell you.
Wait, you finally have a child?
No.
Then what?
My mother passed away.
Oh.
Oh? My mother passed away. Don't you have any mercy?
That was so sudden. I didn't know what to say. I'm sorry. But now that your mother passed away, don't you need to have children? It'll make our family more lively.
You are completely insensitive. I can't think like that when my mother has just passed away. You keep saying children, children.
What's with that tone? I'm saying this so that you won't feel lonely. We're the only family you have now.
After all, you only think about yourself.
Huh?
No matter how hard I'm going through, you don't care how my mother died, do you? You don't take people's lives seriously.
What are you talking so cheekily about? You'll be abandoned if you're like that.
What do you mean?
I'm saying Oliver will abandon you if you're like that. He could divorce you.
I don't understand. I just lost my mother, remember? Why are you talking like that?
I am saying this for your sake. If you can't even take care of Oliver, let alone have children, you are not enough to be a wife.
How can you talk like that right now? I can't believe my ears.
Anyway, you should know your position as a wife. It's your job to support your husband and have an heir.
What is that? You really don't care about my feelings, do you? Fine. I have a funeral to prepare for. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be gone for a while so I can't take care of Oliver. I can't have children too.
Hey, what's with that tone? You're really cheeky. Hailey, how are things going over there? Are things settling down soon?
Alexa, I'm the only one here, so it'll take a while before everything's settled.
Oliver said things are worse at home.
What?
Hey, aren't you taking a break for too long?
My mother passed away, you know. I want to settle things down and clean up the house by myself,
so I don't have time to go home. I know you have to do it, but what about Oliver? Oliver is grown up and I'm sure he can manage. I'll tell him it will take a while, but... I know you had your mother's funeral, but don't you think you're despising your husband too much? What? You're already married and you're Oliver's wife. I need you to take better care of him. How can you say that? Oliver's mother-in-law has passed away. He didn't attend the funeral and had no mercy. What on earth is going on? I doubt you and your son are human beings. That's quite a thing to say. Do you know what will happen to you? I had to say this no matter what will happen. Otherwise, I couldn't get over it. How dare you not taking my mother's life seriously? You become cheeky when I worry about you. Apologize to me. You have not fulfilled your duties as a wife at all. On top of that, you say such terrible things to your mother-in-law. Apologize now. Apologize and I'll think about your future. In return, you must have a lovely grandchild and take care of me too. I'm sorry, but right now my mind is full of my mother and the funeral. Let me think about it. What do you mean you think about it? You are so rude. I won't wait that long. Sorry for the late reply. I've thought about it since then, but I still don't agree with what you said. Oliver is hanging out every day and doesn't come home very often. But he says I'm not doing the chores and you pick on me. Plus, you guys don't even care when my mother passed away. And yet, I have to have a child and take care of you? I can't do them, so I won't apologize. That's my answer. Well, my pleasure. I got rid of all your stuff. What? I've helped him file for divorce, so now you're a stranger. Oh, really? Yup. Really? Really? You shouldn't need the most of your stuff, so I threw them away for you. Wow, I'm glad. Huh? Actually, I've wanted to divorce Oliver for a long time. I had told him about it, but he never gave me the answer. It took long because of my mother's thing, you know. But you helped him file for divorce? Thank you. What do you mean? I told you that he was busy and didn't come home very often, right? Oh, that's because you weren't taking good care of him, right? No, that's wrong. He was cheating on me this whole time. Cheating? Yes, a young receptionist at the office. And that's why we never had kids. Well, we didn't even have sex, though. I didn't know that. You could have noticed from his action, but you always care about yourself, so I guess you didn't notice. Then why didn't he divorce you until now? I guess he didn't want to pay the compensation. If he has done something unfaithful, of course I can make a claim. What? But now that we are divorced, I can make a claim without hesitation. That's impossible. Why? Because you have no proof that he's cheating on you. I'll send you the proof. This is... where he had fun having dinner with a girl, where he went into her apartment holding hands, and where they came out of the apartment together in the morning. Also, there are other pictures of them shopping at the supermarket. I think these are probably enough evidence. He has done these things? I hope you now understand why we cannot have kids. It was not like I was infertile. No. Around the time when you told me that Oliver was complaining about me, I thought it was strange that he didn't even come home. So I had him checked out by a professional. Then, I was able to get the evidence. Your son is a jerk. There's no way Oliver would do such a thing. He never said anything like that. Of course he wouldn't say anything bad about himself. And thank you for getting rid of my stuff. You saved me a lot of trouble. What do you mean?
Please tell him to leave the apartment immediately.
What are you talking about? Since you and Oliver are divorced, I'm going to live there. I'm sure he will take care of me when I get old.
What are you saying?
Huh?
That apartment is my property. I paid for it and it's under my name.
Get over yourself. How could you possibly buy an apartment?
I bought it with money my mother had saved for me. She has been saving every month since I was born. Before I got married, she let me have it and told me to spend it as I want. I bought it with that money and my savings, so Oliver didn't pay anything. Now that we are divorced, I need him to leave immediately.
What are you talking about? I moved in after I got rid of your stuff. I've already put my stuff in there.
That was twice the trouble. I don't need that place anymore, so I'm going to sell it right away. I'm sure the moving company will be there, so please leave right away.
Wait a minute. I just moved out of my apartment. What am I supposed to do?
Don't ask me. Why don't you and Oliver discuss and decide what to do? I'm a stranger now, you know.
But there's something called property division, right? If you sell it, give the half to Oliver.
You don't know what property division is, Alexa.
What?
Property division is for property shared by couple after marriage. The apartment was purchased by me before we got married, so it's not applicable. And the money we saved after we got married, Oliver spent all of it.
What?
He must have been using it to that girl.
You're lying, right?
Please ask him directly for what he spent it on. So that means there will be no division of property.
Oh no.
I'm going to charge him for the compensation now. What is he going to do when he is none? He may ask you for help later on.
There's no way I have money even if he asks me. I've been depending on pension all by myself. What should I do?
Don't ask me. Ask him. He divorced me, right? Then we're strangers now.
Don't say that. Help me.
You got rid of my stuff, so I don't have to go back there anymore. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hailey, can you please leave me the apartment?
Why should I hand over the apartment I bought to a complete stranger? Stop saying jokes.
We will have nowhere to live.
Also, I'll send the proof of Oliver's affair to the company.
What? Why would you do that?
Because he was having an affair within the company. I want his boss to know about it.
What's going to happen to him if you do that?
Who knows?
Please don't say such a random thing.
It's not up to me. It's up to the company's executives. I can't wait to see what kind of punishment they'll give him.
You're such an asshole.
Who's the worst? He made me look like I'm a bad wife and lied to you to justify his affair. He must have been waiting for me to leave quietly after the bully. And you love your son like stupid without doubting him. And to top it all off, you helped him divorce me. What kind of mother are you? I can no longer deal with such people.
Hailey, I'm sorry. I'll apologize on behalf of Oliver, so please forgive him. Don't ask for any compensation. And the documents you're planning to send to the company, tell them that it was a mistake and send them back.
How can you still be so selfish at this point? I'm so done with you. I don't think I will ever see you again. Good luck with your lousy son.
Hailey, I'm sorry. Please forgive us. Please let bygones be bygones.
I can't. After that, I filed a claim for compensation against Oliver through my lawyer. He could not run away because I had a lot of solid evidence, so he had to borrow money to pay me back. Of course,
I also charged that girl for compensation. When the company found out about the affair, Oliver was told that he would be transferred, but he refused it and left the company. He had neither money nor a place to live, so he was easily dumped by the girl. After all, she was probably after his money. He also rented a house while he was borrowing money, but I heard that he could only sign a contract for a wooden apartment without a bath, and that he is living together with his mother there. They are both working part-time, that they can start right away so that they can make enough money to live on. And I heard that they are getting emaciated. I hope they can work together to pay off their debt. I sold my apartment and moved into my mother's house. I changed my job and am working hard to make a fresh start. Thanks to my mother, I didn't have trouble making a living after the divorce. I am very grateful to my mother in heaven.
Hey sis, guess what? I'm getting married. Really? Congratulations, Veronica. What's he like? Tell me about him. Thank you. He's a doctor and his family is very traditional. He's a very nice guy. Wow, that's great. I'm so happy for you. I'm really excited about the wedding. I'll be waiting to get the invitation. I'm sorry, but I don't want you to come to the wedding. What? Why? I want to see you in a wedding dress. I'm sorry, but there's a bit of a problem if you come. What do you mean? Is there something wrong with me? Yeah, his family is so elite, so I think there's no place for you there. What are you talking about? I'm an adult. I can be well-mannered. I appreciate that, but I really don't want you to come. Please? Veronica, that's not very nice. I've worked so hard for you all my life. That's the problem. I haven't told him what you've done for me, so don't come. I still don't understand. I really want to go congratulate you. I want to see you in your wedding dress. You just don't get it, do you? You should know how I feel. I don't understand why you don't want me to come. You've always been annoying like that, you know? What are you talking about? When we were in elementary school, you used all my paints. In junior high, you went out wearing my clothes without asking me, remember? That was when we were kids. I wouldn't do that now. Really? I feel like you still annoy me as you have been. That's not true. I just want to be happy. I want you to be happy too. Well, I appreciate that, but please don't come to the wedding. Veronica, are you serious? Of course I am. I will have a new life with an elite family. You'll ruin the wedding if you come. Am I that of embarrassment to you? That's what I'm trying to say. You have a normal life, but I'm going to have a special life. I hope you understand the difference. I want to concentrate on my new family. Veronica, you weren't kidding. You're really getting married. Oh, sis, I would never lie to you. I mean, you haven't given up coming to my wedding yet, have you? Veronica, today is an important day for you, so I want to talk to you properly. Huh? What are you talking about now? I told you not to get involved in the wedding. Are you still saying that? I prepared a beautiful dress for this occasion, but you ruined it. Oh, good. You're right on target. You splashed tomato juice all over me in the dress. Why did you do such a terrible thing? I told you not to come, didn't I? The dress is ruined because you didn't listen to me. Why are you trying to kick me out of the ceremony? I've worked so hard for you all this time. I've been paying for your living expenses and everything so you could go to college. I'm telling you, that's the problem. What do you mean? Do you know who I'm marrying to? Of course I do. He's a very nice man. That's not what I mean. My husband is a doctor, the eldest son of a venerable family of doctors. So all the relatives on the groom's side who are attending are elite. That's really wonderful. That's why I didn't want someone like you to come. What do you mean, someone like me? Because you work at a nightclub. What? I don't want an exotic dancer to come to my wedding. Oh no, what's the matter with you? You never said anything like that. You should have guessed. But I started the business to support you and pay for your tuition. I never asked you to raise me. You're annoying, so don't come near my wedding. That's terrible. You're a disgrace to his family. If you don't leave, I'll splash tomato juice again. But I want to see you getting married. I won't interfere, so can I just come and see? What are you talking nonsense? You just want to be friends with the doctors yourself, don't you? I wouldn't think that. I just want to see you in your wedding dress. Stop. You're a poor girl who works at a nightclub. Poor? I'm not poor. I'm the winner here. I'm going to have a luxurious life as a doctor's wife. Winner? I don't think you should get married for that kind of reason. Huh? You're a single. What do you know? Well, yes, but sorry. Can't you just let me be a part of the ceremony? I really want to celebrate. Of course not. The other attendees would be scared if a bloody-colored woman like you were at the ceremony. You're the one who splashed tomato juice on me. You're so annoying. Get out of here. Veronica. Okay, I'm leaving. You should have gone home like a big girl in the first place. You've always loved to embarrass me. Oh my God, stop bringing up childhood prank stories. Maybe so, but do you remember how sad I was? Dad scolded you, but you didn't feel sorry for it at all. So what? What does that have to do with what we're talking about now? I thought our family had a strong bond because of all the things we've been through, but you weren't. Yeah, don't make me laugh. Bonding is nonsense. My life from now on is more important to me. Still, I sincerely want you to be happy. I want to support you in any way I can so that you can be happy. I don't need that kind of preaching. I'm just going my own way. Veronica, you are really... I can manage on my own. I'm not going to depend on you. I don't care. What's important is that you're happy. I know. You're saying that, but you're saying it for your own sake after all, aren't you, sis? What do you mean? You just want to be appreciated by me. That's why you're always saying such beautiful things. I'm sick of it. Just go home. Okay, I'm leaving. Don't ever show your face to me again.
Hey, Luna, where are you?
Dad.
Hurry up or the ceremony will start, okay?
Yeah.
I'm so nervous. Please come quickly.
Why are you so nervous?
Because Veronica's getting married. I'm feeling kind of weird. From my point of view, you and Veronica are still kids.
Hey, stop it. I'm already 30.
I know. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused you.
Trouble? You didn't cause any trouble.
I'm sorry I made you work so hard when you were so young.
It's not your fault. It's Mom's fault for leaving us.
Yes, but I'm sure it was my fault.
I don't think so. That woman was having an affair and just left us. You worked so hard to raise us. I'm so grateful for that.
But the only reason I was able to send Veronica to college was because of you. It's thanks to you for working so hard. If I'd been a better man, you would be having a better life.
Stop it, Dad. I never once thought about that, you know?
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry for bringing that up on the wedding day. Well, hurry up and take your seat. It's not nice to be late.
Dad, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't attend the wedding.
What? What's going on?
Veronica doesn't want me there.
Why not?
I'll tell you the details, so please listen carefully.
Okay.
Hi, Veronica. What? I'm busy getting ready. I'm really going home. I don't need to hear that. Get the hell out of here before my husband's relatives see you, okay? And, by the way, while you're at it, will you take Dad home with you? Huh? What do you mean? It's embarrassing to see someone so poorly dressed. Poorly dressed? It's a normal suit. I'm sure Dad is dressed as formally as possible. With that suit? Then I guess I should kick him out. What are you talking about? Dad raised us all by himself. He raised us while putting himself second. You can't treat him like that. You mean he wants me to be happy, right?
Of course he does.
Then I wish he hadn't come to the wedding. Huh? Because if it gets out that such a shabby guy is my father, his family's reputation would suffer, right?
Of course not. How could you possibly think like that?
Well, you poor people wouldn't understand. Noble families value their family's prestige very much. That's why I kicked you out. And now I'm kicking out Dad too. Come on, take your father out of the ceremony for me. Take him home with you.
He was really looking forward to seeing you get married.
I don't care about that. I'll send him one of my pictures later and he'll be happy.
Veronica, why have you changed so much?
What do you know about me? You're a dirty little dancer.
I don't care what you say about me, but you know what? We try our best to entertain the customers and to make them feel good when they go home. Please don't say it's dirty.
Well, that kind of business is a job for people who couldn't work a real job.
No, that's not true at all, and I won't allow you to say anything bad about Dad.
Huh? What are you talking about? We had a hard time because he ran away from Mom, didn't he? I know you must be angry about it too.
That's not true. Veronica, what did you see in your father? He works so hard every day.
Yes, he did. He had a lot of low-paying jobs. He was really pathetic.
That's what you really think of him?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Fine, just go ahead and do whatever you want.
Then get Dad and go home.
Fine, I'll do whatever you say. I don't care what happens.
You don't have to be so tough on me. And remember, you stay the hell out of our lives.
Does that mean you're cutting us off?
Thank you for being so quick with that.
You won't let me attend the wedding, and now you're breaking off the relationship with us? That's really disgusting. Before the marriage, you were so happy to show us the wedding brochure. Was that a lie?
That's right. I played the role of a good daughter just to make you guys happy. But from today on, I'm going to be a part of my husband's family. You guys are in the way. So please don't ever contact me again. It's really annoying when you get involved just because you're in financial trouble, you know?
Is that what the other family wants?
I don't know, but I'm sure they feel the same way as I do.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, that was easy.
What, did you want me to beg?
Of course not, but I didn't expect that to be so fast. I thought you were more money obsessed.
Don't worry, and your father agreed.
Oh, good. So we're strangers now, right?
Okay.
I don't care if you'll come crying to me later.
That's never going to happen.
Hey, what are you doing? This is all your fault.
What? I thought you were not going to contact me anymore. We are total strangers now, aren't we?
Shut up! This is an emergency.
What's going on?
The ceremony has been canceled.
What? Why?
It's your fault because you said something unnecessary to my husband's parents.
Unnecessary? I didn't say anything. I just told them we had to leave. Of course, I explained in detail why we were leaving.
That made my father-in-law angry. He said he wouldn't let me marry someone who doesn't take care of my family.
Oh, really? Isn't he the kind of person who cares about his family's reputation?
Apparently, my father-in-law knew what kind of environment I grew up in, and he was impressed by it.
You told your husband about us, didn't you? Well, apparently his father overheard you talking about us, and now he couldn't forgive you for disrespecting us. And I told him about the money.
What do you mean?
You took out a loan to buy a very expensive house just because you're going to be a doctor's wife, and you said that your husband would pay for it all.
You told him that too? Are you stupid? And that's why my husband won't even talk to me.
Veronica, aren't you mistaken? You think doctors make a lot of money?
Of course they do. What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? You think he's a medical practitioner, aren't you?
Yes, so?
There are two types of doctors. There are doctors who work in hospitals, and there are doctors who run their own clinics, medical practitioners. The ones who make the most money are the medical practitioners.
What about my husband?
He works in the hospital, so he doesn't make $1 million a year or whatever you're thinking of.
What?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen to your marriage after all this time, but I don't think it's any of my business.
Wait a minute.
You should come back now and attend the wedding. I am sure my father-in-law and my husband will change their minds if you do. Are you trying to ruin my marriage? I'm not coming back. Why would I do that? Your sister needs you right now. We are not family anymore, are we? We are strangers to each other. Fine, I'll ask Dad. I'm sure he feels the same way. Of course not. He's always loved me so much. He'd always be on my side. Well, I respect his opinion. Well, you'll just have to wait and see. I won't forgive you if you say something unnecessary to Dad. Dad, are you on your way home right now?
Yeah, I am. How's it feel to get what you wanted?
No, that's a total lie.
A lie? What do you mean?
There's no way I would ever ask my father or sister to leave. That's all a lie that my sister told you.
She did?
I know you don't believe me. She was jealous of my happiness and tried to ruin the ceremony. And she actually ruined the ceremony.
The ceremony?
Yes, you guys were going to miss the ceremony, so she lied to my father-in-law. Then he got angry. If things continue like this, not only will there be no ceremony, but we won't even get married. Dad, you have to turn around and come back right now.
Veronica, I'm sorry, but I can't do that.
Why not?
Because you kicked us out.
I told you she was lying.
She would never do that. She wanted you to be happy more than anyone.
That's a lie. She couldn't allow herself to be made to work in a nightclub and for me to become rich.
No, she started working in a nightclub for you because she wanted to.
What?
She was a good student. She could have gotten into a good university, but she knew that if she went to college, you would not be able to go to college. So she gave up her own dreams and chose to become an exotic dancer for you. There's no way she would ruin your ceremony like that. You ruined her feelings.
Oh, no.
I thought you were a good daughter, but I don't have those feelings anymore. Don't ever contact me again. I don't even want to see your face.
Hey, Dad doesn't listen to me anymore. Well, that's right. Why are you so surprised? What am I going to do? If I don't do something, I'm going to lose everything. Well, you deserve it. Hey, how about this? If you come back now, I'll ask my father-in-law to take care of you guys too. What? You can quit your job and Dad won't have to work. I think this is a good idea for both of you. Don't worry about that. Why? I think you've got it all wrong. I'm proud of what I do now. It's true that I started this job for the money, but now I'm enjoying it. Besides, I'm opening my own restaurant. What? I've been saving my salary every month to open a restaurant in a prime location. A prime location? You have that kind of money? You know, I'm reasonably popular. I still make about $200,000 a month. What? Seriously? That's right. I'll take care of Dad, so you don't have to worry about us anymore. So you're just going to abandon me now? You're the one who pushed us away in the first place. Don't act like you're the victim here. That's enough. Then we'll be total strangers. That's what I have been saying. I'll break up my marriage with my husband. Oh, you can do that? Didn't you dream of being a doctor's wife? I didn't know doctors didn't make much money. It doesn't matter. I'll marry a man who makes more money. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. And when I'm rich, I'll be a customer in your restaurant. No, you won't. I'll be there. I'll see the look of regret on your face when I do. Well, I don't really care. I'm going to go talk to his family now. This is really goodbye. Oh, wait a minute. What? You can't ask me to forgive you now. I forgot to tell you something. Huh? What? I was trying to get you to return the money you owed me. What do you mean? What money? Your tuition and living expenses during college? What? What? Isn't it natural? But you were paying for me, right? Yes, because you were my sister. No way! Are you serious? Of course I'm serious. 4 years of tuition and living expenses all together, that's about $200,000. And I'll make sure you pay for all of it. Of course that's impossible. I quit my job for this marriage. I know. But that doesn't matter. Wait a minute. This is terrible. Stop whining. It's all because of what you've done.
I didn't do anything that bad.
You say that so often. You have no idea how much people around you have helped you. You didn't even try to understand. And then when you were about to succeed, you didn't care to cut us out of your life, did you? And then when things got bad, you asked us to help you because we're your family. You've got to be kidding me. What you have today didn't come to you naturally. It's because a lot of people have supported you.
Sis, please listen to me.
I've heard you. I've heard your selfishness more times than I can count. Your selfishness disgusts me and Dad. Don't ever show your face in front of us again.
I'm really going to lose everything. I have only my father and sister to rely on.
Stop it. Don't even try to hang on to us anymore. We don't care what happens to you from now on. Live your life as you like, but I'll make sure I get my money back.
Sis, please. I just can't pay the money. Please help me.
Are you still saying that? You deserve it, don't you think?
I told you I'm really in trouble. I'm sorry for everything I've done, so help me.
You think an apology is going to get you out of this? Your past deeds have come to light and no one trusts you anymore.
But you're still my sister, right? I really need your help. Please help me, even if it's just a little.
You know what? Remember what you did to us. Have you ever thought about how much you made us suffer?
I'm sorry. But we're family, right? You can't just abandon me at a time like this.
If you thought we were family, then you shouldn't have done that to us in the first place. You selfishly took advantage of people, and this is what you get.
I really regret what I did. I'll change from now on, so help me, please.
It's too late. I have had enough of my sacrifices for you. Hang in there and get yourself back on your feet.
Please, sister. Give me one last chance.
I can't do anything for you anymore. You have to take responsibility for yourself.
How am I supposed to live by myself from now on?
That's for you to figure out for yourself. It's not our problem anymore. You'll have to accept the consequences of your actions.
Sis, don't leave me.
Goodbye, Veronica. You're on your own. That's your punishment. After that, Veronica looked for a job to make a living, but no one was willing to hire her. Locally, there were rumors everywhere about what she did at the wedding. There was no one to trust her. She began to earn a living by working part-time, but she still could not give up her desire for a luxurious life. She had to borrow a lot of money to get a job at a nightclub. According to information from her business associates, she did not last long in any clubs and was fired. She was fired from all of her jobs and has been living on the run from debt collectors. I have been able to open my own restaurant, which I have longed for, and I continue to run it smoothly and enjoy my work. The restaurant has a good reputation, and I am thankful for the many customers I have. I now live with my father, and I will continue to work hard while cherishing the time we have together.
I took the kids to the rose garden today. Tommy is a boy, so he looked kind of bothered by it. But I thought it'd be a good idea to take him once in a while. I used to go there with you every year.
Oh, I didn't realize that it's already rose season. It must be that time of year.
I was so happy to see so many roses in bloom this year. I really wanted to coincide with your return. Flowers have a limited time to retain blooming, so they can't wait.
Indeed. I hope I can arrange our vacations around that time of the year. I'll be too busy to look at flowers for the time being.
I see. Have you gotten used to life there?
Well, I've known the faces of the staff, but I guess I'm not there yet when it comes to business. I still need a little more time.
That's understandable. It's still a long way to go. Anyway, do you have any idea when we will be able to live together again as a family?
I'm sorry for putting the burden on you alone, honey.
It's your job, so it can't be helped. Besides, you were chosen for an overseas assignment with high expectations.
I think I'll just have to hang in there. I'd love to go home right now if I could.
Don't say that because it will make it harder for me to cope with the current situation. When do you think you'll be able to make the furlough?
I'm new here too, I don't know anything yet. I think I'll be able to go home once in the summer because I'll take a summer vacation.
Summer. That's a little while away. Until then, the three of us will make it work somehow.
Yeah, I'll do my best too. How are the kids, by the way?
They're full of energy. Kate's dealing on her classes, clubs, and research until late at night. She wants to get a part-time job, but she doesn't have enough spare time to do that.
She is a hard worker, isn't it?
You're right. As for Tommy, he seems to be getting to know his clubmates a little better. Aside from his studies, he's having fun at school.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm sure the kids won't dare to contact me. Just let me know how they're doing from time to time. I wish I could have stayed close to you until the kids reach the age of 20.
Maybe you'll be able to return home by then.
I hope so.
I'll do a video call when all three of us are here. I'm sure the kids want to report things in their own words.
That's a great idea. Let's do that then.
Well, good luck with your work.
You too. Please take a good care of yourself and refrain from being too exhausted.
Can I ask you for some advice?
What's up?
I was wondering if we could go on a trip during your summer vacation. Now that the kids are grown, we don't get to go out as a family very often. Especially since you're on an overseas assignment, we don't get to see each other very often. Where would you like to go?
I was going to call you about that.
Really?
I've got a lot of work going on. Meetings, business trips. It's a little easier than I thought to get used to it nowadays, so I won't be home for the summer.
Are you kidding me? Everyone in the family is looking forward for you to come back home. We can't go on a trip if you're not here.
I have no choice. I'm doing my job here. I'd go home if I could, but I can't just leave work and go home, can I?
I know, but can you take a day off in lieu of work somewhere else?
I guess it depends on how the work progresses. I'm still in charge of this, so I feel responsible for it.
I see. You're doing great on your own. I guess we've reached that age now. Well, I can't help it if I were in your shoes. Let's leave the family trip for the next time, shall we?
Sorry.
I know the kids might be disappointed. Don't worry about it. Those kids are busy with their friends and activities too. I'll tell them that their dad is working hard.
I'd appreciate it if you did. I'm really sorry to trouble you.
Hey, have you decided on a vacation period?
I haven't figured it out yet.
You should take a winter vacation. Christmas, New Year's, all the family events are in winter.
You're right. It's a good time to spend time together as a family.
Since it's winter, it'd be nice to stay at a hotel with a hot spring.
That's a good idea.
It's been a while since we've eaten together, so let's make the meals a little more luxurious.
I agree.
I'll check out the hot springs.
Got it.
What's wrong?
What do you mean?
You don't seem to be excited at all. Are you working now?
Yeah, I'm sorting through some documents.
Whenever I texted you, I always get the impression that you're working. Are you okay? Please don't overwork.
What?
Are you getting some rest?
Yeah, I'm all alone when I get home. I'm having a nice quiet time.
Quiet and alone?
What?
Nothing.
Seems like you've been busy with work too. You were on a business trip, right?
Yeah, I got called in on short notice. The kids are grown up now, so I thought it'd be a good idea. Well, I learned a lot. I learned a lot of things I didn't know before. I'm glad I took the job.
Well, even though the kids have grown up, Tommy is still in high school, so make sure you supervise him.
I know that. Well, he's a serious kid like you. I don't think he'll make any silly mistakes.
There's a pitfall if you're reassured.
That's right. I'll make sure I don't overlook anything.
Okay, I'll call you when I know the dates of my vacation.
Okay, please do. Hey, you haven't decided on your vacation date yet?
Yeah, it's going to take a while. We don't have a lot of staff on site for business meetings. I've got to be on call for everything. That's why I can't make plans.
Is your company really that bad?
Huh?
Because they send you overseas and don't allow you to take leave to go back home. Isn't it super bad?
That's not true. I do get time off.
But to not be able to take a vacation for your family, it's not right, is it? It's against the labor standards law.
I don't think so. It's a common practice in top companies.
What? I thought a prestigious company like the one you're working for offers vacation to the employees.
Ah, well...
Maybe I should send some inquiries to the head office.
Please don't do that.
You can't go home because you can't take a vacation. So I was wondering if there's anything I can do to help. It's my duty since we're a family.
Hey, stop doing unnecessary things.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Is it too much to think about how we can spend time together as a family? What's wrong with you?
That's not what I meant. It's embarrassing to bring private matters into work.
Why not? There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's your company's fault that you can't take the vacation. You can ask them for a favor.
I agree.
You haven't been back home for more than 6 months now because you can't take a vacation. If you don't do anything to solve that, you won't be able to go back home anytime soon.
That's right. I'll talk to the head office and I'll keep you updated.
Got it. I've got some reservations to make too. Seems that they don't have any last-minute vacancies, so I'm counting on you.
Roxanne, you got a minute?
What's up? You've decided on a vacation date? I can finally make the reservation.
No, I mean...
What is it?
I wanted to tell you in person, but I decided to text you.
What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I need you to divorce me.
Divorce? Why?
I won't be able to go home for the rest of my life because of the company's circumstances.
For the rest of your life?
The branch I'm currently working at is going to be staffed with the same people, so I can't go back. I'll probably be here until I retire.
It's a good thing that your company's business is doing well. But why do you want us to get a divorce?
Because I won't be able to see you and our kids. I mean, I haven't had any time off, and I don't know what the future holds. You'll have to wait for me for quite a while. And you can't even make a reservation for a place to stay like you said.
That's true, but I think it's normal if we're living apart from each other.
I'd really like to live here with all of you, but you have a challenging job there. The kids have their own schools too. I don't know if all of you want to live together overseas. I can't ask you all to leave it all behind because of my job.
I don't think so. If it's just me, I could go, but...
What is it?
No, nothing.
If we can't meet each other, then there's no point in staying married. So maybe we should get a divorce. That way, you don't have to question me when I'm coming home anymore.
Well...
Then I thought it would be better to get divorced and live freely. I think that's the best solution for all of us.
Maybe you're right. The less I see you, the more I worry, the more frustrated I get. But I wonder if divorce is the best solution.
I think it's definitely better for your sake.
I understand. I'll do as you say.
Really? I'm glad you understand. It's been stressful for me not being able to go home.
I see. So it was stressful for you.
I couldn't even do my work when I thought about it. Thank you, Roxanne. I'm glad you're a wife who understands my situation.
Does that mean I'm just a woman of convenience?
Huh? What are you talking about? I never said a word about that.
I know why you want a divorce.
I just told you why, didn't I?
Can I be honest with you?
I told you it's because I don't want you guys to be bothered.
Well, let me ask you then. What is this?
What the hell is this?
It's a picture of you on a date, right?
No way.
I know you were having an affair during your overseas assignment.
How did you find out? Why do you have these pictures?
I went all the way to where you were assigned because I thought it was strange that you didn't come home.
Huh? When?
There was a time when I said that I was on a business trip, remember? That time.
No kidding.
We were eating at the same restaurant that time, but you didn't even notice. You just stared at the woman in front of you. I felt a bit sad.
Were you at that restaurant?
I was there, but you didn't notice me.
I wasn't aware at all.
I had a woman's intuition. I was convinced of your infidelity when I saw the scene of your dinner with that woman. So I asked a local private investigator to check it out.
What?
I heard that she is the niece of the company's CEO. Apparently, she's famous at her hometown too. You felt guilty, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
Well, of course. If it was found out that you were having an affair with the president's niece, you'd be in big trouble.
How dare you?
But unfortunately, the president saw the two of you went into the hotel together when he was heading home in his car. The president made you quit the company because of your poor performance out of anger. The fact that the CEO found out, his niece's parents were so furious that she ran away from the family home and started to live with you, right?
I can't believe you knew all those details. Is that why you readily agreed to the divorce?
Yeah, I don't need a scumbag husband like you.
Huh?
Anyway, since you had an affair while you were married, I'm going to charge you alimony. I have all the evidence I need, so please be prepared for that.
Wait a minute.
I have nothing more to say. See you.
I need to talk to you, Roxanne.
What do you want?
I'm unemployed now.
So what?
I don't have any money, so can you cancel the alimony claim?
Huh? Are you stupid? You had an affair while you were on an overseas assignment. It's only natural that I should file an alimony for that.
I'm sorry, it was my fault. I'm really sorry. I know that I should be the one paying your alimony.
If you understand, that's fine.
I mean...
Now what?
I'm sorry to tell you this, but my partner is pregnant.
Huh?
We're going to need money for the baby, and after the baby is born, we still need money for childcare. That's why I don't have the money to pay alimony. Sorry. Please cancel the alimony. That's my last request.
I refuse. How dare you ask me to cancel that? How can you say that after having an affair and illegitimate child?
You don't have to talk like that.
I have 2 kids to take care of too. Did you forget? Tommy is in high school and Kate is in college. They're gonna cost me more than your child. So I'll make sure I get my alimony. You should be thankful I'm not charging you child support out of mercy.
You're receiving a good salary from your company. That's more than enough to pay for tuition for both kids. But as for me, I'm unemployed.
That's not the point. Don't you have any responsibility as a father? It's no wonder the kids are making fun of you.
What did the kids say?
They said you're the worst kind of guy. After you pay your alimony, they don't want to see your face ever again.
Did they really say that? That's terrible.
Well, because what you did was terrible. They said they never want to see you again.
Oh no.
And by the way, I'm going to charge alimony from your partner too. Please tell her that she can't just steal someone else's husband and pretend as if she did nothing wrong. Well, I'm sure it's a small amount of money for her. You're lucky she's a rich lady.
You really have a bad personality.
What did you say? You're the worst, don't be silly. So I'll be filing a claim for alimony against the two of you. We'll be in touch through our lawyer.
Wait, Roxanne. Roxanne, please pick up the phone.
What do you want? You're so persistent. I told you to talk through our lawyer, didn't I?
I just don't have the money. Also, my partner has left the house too. Please, just cancel the alimony and make it an amicable divorce.
Why do you think I'll listen to you? Use some common sense to think about what you did.
I know I was wrong. I'm sorry I cheated on you and had an illegitimate child. But I can't live like this, and the baby will be in trouble too.
You'll have to go into debt to pay for it.
I can't even borrow money because I've been fired from my job.
Then why don't you ask your parents? Tell them that your ex-wife has asked for alimony. You can't pay it, so you want them to lend you money.
I'm too scared to do that. I don't know what will happen.
That's your own fault. So you have to be prepared.
That's why I'm asking you not to charge me alimony.
Stop blabbering nonsense.
It's not like that. Anyway, I'm about to have a baby. Please, help me.
How could you even think of having a baby in that condition? If you've got time to flirt with other women, get a job quickly.
Don't be so cold and help me.
In the first place, you cheated on me and got your cheating partner pregnant. You're the one who asked for a divorce, remember? So you need to fulfill your responsibility properly.
Responsibility?
You're the father of 2 children. They're still in school and I need the money for their education and other stuff. Pay your alimony and fulfill your responsibility.
Oh no. What am I supposed to do now?
You'll be contacted by my lawyer. Just do as you're told.
That's not what I meant.
I've had enough. You and I are strangers now. You have no right to stop me from claiming alimony. You should talk to your cheating partner about it and decide what to do. Don't talk to me.
She doesn't have an income, but you have. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't care about you. I'm gonna hang up because the kids are booing on the side telling me to get off the line. Looks like they don't want me to have any more contact with you. That's why I'm going to block your number from now.
What? Wait a minute.
Jasper was a bit of a spoiled brat, but finally, the divorce was finalized. Of course, I asked him to pay alimony. It seems that he made up his mind and asked his partner's parents to pay for the alimony. His cheating partner's parents were also business owners, and they made him promise to be her father's valet for the rest of his life. Jasper is no longer free. Fortunately, his partner's parents are looking forward to the birth of the baby. The thought that Jasper will never return home made me and my children feel relieved. The children's school expenses are covered by my savings and income. I think I will be able to manage until they graduate. I will somehow manage to get through on my own until they both reach adulthood safely.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!